Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, Dark Eldar £25 Army Challenge Phase 1, as I'm calling it, is complete. So what I mean by Phase 1 is basically I've spent the first £25, and what you have in front of you is what I managed to get. Now, of course, as you already know, I have been donated a good amount of stuff. So first of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has donated stuff. So that will be Martin McNeil from War Games, who donated some warriors and also some witches. So thank you, Martin, that was awesome. To Ace Face, who donated an Archon for me, so thank you, Ace, for that, very much appreciated. Also to Harry, who let me have 20 warriors at a really good price, so thank you, Harry, for that. Also to FWT 1000 Games, who sent me some spare parts, so thank you, buddy, for that. That was really appreciated. And of course the rest of the stuff I basically got from eBay, holding off on those raiders to get from eBay, and then of course the 3 Vipers, which I converted into Venoms, which I already had in my cupboard as such. So anyway, so yeah, 1200 points is the figure that I got to. Now the target was 500 points for the first £25, so I did pretty well there. As I said, I'm going to go to Phase 2. Phase 2 is basically get another 500 points of £25. Obviously I'm already there, I've already got over 1,000 points, but I would like to continue building this army. I'm thinking maybe of getting a 2,000 point list in total, so whether I can get 800 points for another £25, we will see, but that will be my task. So yeah, obviously I've been working with the models that I got. I've made a 1200 point list, which I'm going to share with you now. I'm very happy with it. Obviously we are talking Dark Eldar, so you know, it's not exactly going to be a powerhouse army, and I'm only using the models that I've got. And also on a side note, at this stage the entry for me will be just using the standard Dark Eldar Codex. Obviously I know there are the expansions like the Coven, etc, and maybe I will get into those at some point, but first of all I want to get some games under my belt with the models that I've got, and have some fun basically. So for me, this Dark Eldar army is about the challenge, it's about the fun of having a new army and making the army, and having a good time on the tabletop. And I'm not really worried about the performance of the army, to be fair, as long as I have a good time. Okay, so without further ado, let's have a look at the list that I've come up with. So I'm just going to jiggle the tripod a little bit so that I can zoom in. So starting here, I have my Archon. For the first list, I've actually geared the Archon up quite a lot. Now forgive me if I get some of the names wrong, but I think I've given him a blast for the gun, and I've given him the Hux blade, is it? So he's got both of those upgrades. I've also given him the 2+ invulnerable save, and I've given him a webway portal, and he is attached to 15 Blood Bride Witches, so for upgrading them to the Elite's Choice, and he's going to use his webway portal. I'm basically going to hold these in reserve, and I'm going to deep strike them in. Now with the portal he will deep strike without scattering, and I'm hoping that with the rest of the list that's going to be pushing forward, these coming in from reserve could be quite a nice addition to the army. Okay, so that is my elites and HQ. The rest of my stuff, which you see here, is all troops. So starting or continuing with witches, I've got 3 Venoms. Now I haven't put the gun options on there, but those 3 Venoms will all have the dual splinter cannons, and then inside the Venoms will be 5 witches. Now these witches, each group, they're exactly the same. They've all got a single Hydra gauntlet, and just out of reference actually, this big squad here has got 3 Hydra gauntlets. So yeah, 3 basically duplicated Venoms with 5 squads of witches in each. No sergeant upgrades, just that Hydra gauntlet. So that would be my 3 troops there, and then to the side I've got 10 warriors with a splinter cannon in a raider, and I have that duplicated on this side of the table. 10 warriors in a raider with a splinter cannon. And then lastly I have 10 more warriors just here, once again with a splinter cannon. They've got no transports because I have no transports left, so my plan would be for these guys to basically camp on my objective. So if I have a backfield objective, then either camp on it or potentially reserve and walk onto the board, onto the objective. So the idea would be those stay back, stay on objective. All the other troops here will push forward, and then as a backing them up will be the witches, the Blood Bride witches with the Archon will deep strike him. And that is the army, basically 1200 points. I know I've got a little bit of lacking of anti-tank. Oh, the Raiders, by the way, have a Dark Lance upgrade. So I've got 2 Dark Lancers, and that's pretty much it. I did originally have a Haywire Grenade on my Archon, but I had to take that off because I was 5 points over the 1200 points. But on the whole, I'm very happy with it, to be fair. And I think this list is going to be a lot of fun to play. Of course, I do know witches are terrible, but doesn't mean we can't make them work. And like I said, I'm not really after a powerhouse army, I'm sort of after a fun army really, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And of course I am still currently working on the raiders there, so I've just finished stripping them down. I've got to convert them and put them onto bases, etc. So still got to do a bit of tinkering with this army just before I'm ready to paint it. I'm going to paint it all in one go. Yeah, call me crazy, but that is the plan. And I'll probably, if I manage to guess anything for phase 2, I'll probably add that into the painting as well. My plan at this moment is to try and get these painted during the month of May, but we will see what happens there. Okay, so I do want to have a quick chat about phase 2, but first of all I do need to mention that this challenge of course is set by Tabletop Banter from Callum. So a huge thank you to Callum for setting this challenge. It's been a fantastic challenge. I've had a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks very much, Callum. If you haven't heard of the Tabletop Banter channel, then please go and check it out. The link is in the description below. Also another channel to check out will be Darby Conway from Fire Breathing Duck. He helped me out very much so with all the weapon options and stuff, so massive thank you to Darby as well. Okay, so let's have a quick chat about phase 2. Now it's fair to say that I did actually have some leftovers from phase 1, and I'm going to sort of put them into phase 2, so let me just show you what I've got. So first of all, I have these 2 models here, which were donated to me when I bought the warriors from Harry. He kindly gave me these 2. One was missing a head. I now have a head because that was again donated by FTW 1000 Games. Sure, that's how you pronounce the channel name. I'll put a link to that again, like I said, all links in the description. But yeah, he gave me one of the heads, which was really awesome. So I've got 2 of these. Now the reason why they're not in this first list is because I believe you need 3 in a unit, and of course I only have 2. So I'm going to have to obviously get another one of these, or at least a model that's similar, so I can get a unit of grotesques. I have no idea what they're like on the table. And then we have some more warriors. Now some of these warriors, I've got basically 2 with splinter cannons and some with no arms and stuff. I do have a box of bits still just in here, so I've got loads of bits and pieces. So potentially I could make some more warriors up. We'll have to see how we get on. But priority for me in terms of finding new models will be to get some anti-tank in this army. So I'm thinking I probably would like to get a Ravager I think it would suit the army quite well with the 2 raiders that I've got there as well, and then give me some sort of anti-tank guns. So that would be my plan. I think that's the first thing I'm going to look at getting. But yeah, any suggestions on that, what you think would be good to add to this army? I would really appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's the end of the video. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the kind comments and support and all the likes. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, more to come on the Dark Eldar army. Thanks for watching.